Hey guys, today I'm bringing you a video with me driving the Batchat AP. This was when I was still grinding it and I actually really love the 2.9, and for quite a long time I actually liked the 2.9 a lot better than I did the tier 10. So it's taken me a little bit of time to adjust, and it's mainly the 4-clip gun versus the 3-clip gun that makes the change a little bit difficult for me still when I drive them now, because this is one of those tanks that I'm never getting rid of. I generally don't sell tanks to begin with, but I'll never get rid of it, and I will still play it because I love this tank. It's just amazing, it's lovely, and it is, I wouldn't say like OP because it does bounce quite a bit like that, but it's just such a little lovely monster. The thing is that the Batchat AP has a 3-shot gun and a 4-shot gun, and the reason that I go for the 4-shot gun is because the pen is better. Not the pen of the AP, to be honest, but the pen of the Premo is quite a bit higher, and that means that even if you're not shy of using Premo, you can pen a lot more with this gun than with the other one, and that is mainly the reason that I stick with this, because I'd rather do a little bit less damage and make sure that my shots pen by using Premo than have my shots bounce. A lot of people actually feel like you're a gold noob when you're using Premo, but the thing is, it is something that the game offers that can help you, so if anything, you should use it, and it's actually bad if you don't. Because in this case, yes, I could be shooting the waffle with HE, but I can also just track him permanently and murder him, which means that HE would not necessarily be the right ammo to use on the waffle. And with a lot of cases, you can make that kind of reasoning, because with this case, I can shoot him with AP in the side of his turret, but I have a few shields left and he is hard to pen, so if I were to go up against him, I would likely switch to Premo to just finish him off and make sure that that is what I'll do. So generally, if it makes my job easier, I'm always switching to Premo, and I have no regrets about that at all. And in the meantime, I've been driving around a little. My team is steadily vanishing. I use the rock while I reload, and I mainly want to get that guy out of the way that has so little HP left, and he is just bouncing left and right, so I shoot him, but the 1A3 actually turns into my shot, which doesn't help, and in the end I do kill him, but it's taking me 3 shots just to murder him. And this is really one of those games that is anything but flawless. I'm now reloading my clip and I decide to cap a base, but because I'm afraid that people will come at me, I'm actually turning around, and as I do that I am noob enough that I actually drive out of the base, so I have to start all over again. But the thing is, they have some pretty big guns and I really don't want to get shot by them, so when the Jäger comes I just leave the base altogether and just run away. Because that is one of the things to keep in mind while driving this tank. It is a tank that is absolutely lovely. It has the 4-shot, and if you don't bounce everything like I'm doing right now, you can perform really well in it. But you have no armor to speak of, so you have to be very careful not to get shot, because anytime you do get shot, you are very likely to lose a ton of health, and that is not something that you will want to do. So now the Jäger is appearing behind, so I'm actually going forwards a little bit to hopefully not get shot by him, because he will basically do a lot of damage, but he's actually not looking at me. That shot goes a mile wide, and with only 2 teammates left and my other teammate healthy enough but quite close to him, I decide to not really risk it. We have the 2 bases, they won't be able to cap in time, and we can just hold. At the same time, I would like more damage, so I do go behind to see what happens. But at the moment I'm just waiting it out. He is capped the base, the Jäger is not moving. He can potentially one-shot me with a good landed HE shot and some fire maybe. So I don't dare take the risk, and so the battle ends. But it is still a little ace, and I quite like that. I didn't really expect it to be honest. And it was just a lovely little game, not that special, but still, ace is an ace. And thus we enter the second game. Like I said, it is a little monster. I love it with the 4-clip gun. I have tried both guns, but this gun just works so much better for me. And overall it's very fast, and it's very mobile, and that's basically the whole thing about the whole light line. Of course light tanks are mobile, that's kind of the point, isn't it? But I love that all of these tanks are they're a little bit quirky, they're a little bit evil, they're sneaky, and you have to think about driving them. That's mainly the reason why I needed time to get used to these kind of tanks, because I wasn't really into the mad tank and the fast tank. I am now. It's my favorite kind of tank to drive. But at the time, I was still getting used to it a little bit, and all the speed is something that I'm not used to, along with the complete lack of armor that it has. So having targets like this to shoot that are just standing there and letting me shoot them really helps. So I pull back. I'm still full health at this stage, but we have lost 3 teammates. And they've only lost 1 now, so that is very, very tricky. And I do have a teammate with me, but there's no telling if he'll actually survive and how long he'll survive for. So I want to go after the waffle first, but I get shot in the meantime. I take another shot there, and at this stage I'm starting to make a lot of mistakes. I missed that one, but he doesn't shoot me either, and then my teammate shoots him, which allows me to kill him, and I can use the corpse as cover. But I do take another shot there, and by now I'm running low on health, and this is what I mean. It is a light tank, so every bit of HP is important to have and mainly to keep. And luckily that guy gets killed before I do, but he could have easily eaten more of my health. And I have to be careful because the guy at the back there also wants to shoot me, because again, it's a very easy target to murder. So I start using my shots to kill this guy off instead, and now he's 3-3. But HP wise, we're not doing too good. And this is really where I'm making mistakes, because at this stage I should have moved in, I should have made a move, I should have basically just played better really. So I'm still reloading, but if I hadn't reloaded my clip there, I would have killed the waffle and my teammate would still be alive. So now the low is coming, and he bounces on me, which is very lucky for me, and he blocks his teammates, which is even luckier for me. But now it is 1-1, and the other guy is way healthier than I am. So when I turn around, I actually take a shot, and that leaves me with very little health, and I'm reloading my clip, so I can't really do anything but to run away. And this part I'm still agreeing with. At the time, this was my best course of action. I just had to get distance, or at least get buildings between him and me to avoid him shooting me again. But then I decide to actually want to go the other way. I keep an eye on his movements, and he is still following me, and I decide to run off because he's now looking away, which means I have enough time to get between the buildings and to just get away fully. But therein also lies my mistake, because by doing that I gave him the free range of the city, and that is eventually what is costing me very, very dearly. And had he had only half a brain, which is what we see in most players, this really wouldn't have been an issue, because then he would have tried chasing me and then I would have won on points. But now he's capping the base and I want to decap it, but I have to get there first, and I have to be careful not to jump over things too fast, because that could generally kill me, and I'm not able to decap the base in time. So I even missed that first shot, and that is very vital as well. I get the second one in, and I have to be careful because he can just shoot me and he can just breathe on me and I die. But at this stage he has 2 bases, so he has a definite advantage, and he is pulling back to avoid my shooting him, which is a very good call on his part. But that is also where the problem for me lies. He is playing like a good player, and even though I got the shots in, I can't cap the base in time. He is gaining too many points too fast, and even though I'm reloading, even though I'm very low on health, I do try to go after him, and I want to get the shots in, but he's using the corpses, and at this stage I know it's a lost cause, and as I drive down into the base I know that it's too late. He gets the points, he gets the game, and I lose. And it was one of those games that has me growling in frustration. I can get salty like the best of them, but I just don't do it in game. I only do it on voice or out loud, but not towards people. And to be fair, he did play a really good game, so my assault is mainly at my own inability to make the battle work for me. But then we still have this game, and this game I ended the video with this one mainly because it makes it all alright for me. I was meeting a friend on the enemy team, and Zolo is someone that I've known for literal years, and we don't always agree, but he's a great guy and a lovely player. So we start by capping the base, and I fast forward quite a bit here because it's a bit useless for you to see me capping the base and all of that when nothing is actually happening. That's basically what I do in all the games. So at this stage he is just there, he is just very special, showing me all the juicy sides of the tank, and I don't get to kill him, but I do load a full clip into him. And then I just pull back a little bit. Most of my team is here, which is a pro and a con, because it means that the enemy will be occupied by us, but it also means that we won't have any real flanking shots, and we just have to be careful with how we expose ourselves. So I decide to see if I can shoot the same tank the Borsig wants to shoot, but there's no one there, so we start shooting the other side instead. And the Jagdtiger is not the happiest of tanks right now, because he's lost a ton of health to me and the Borsig. So I pull back away so that the Borsig can actually have his spot back and reload my clip. I kind of not want to be here, I want to be elsewhere, I want to be useful. But at the same time that is a little bit hard. But one of my teammates has just moved in, and that means that he's getting a lot of damage. But it also means that with him being the primary target, that is exactly the thing that you want to happen when you're driving a Batchat AP or the regular Batchat at that. You just want to be able to flank people and to just not be focused on, because as long as they're shooting someone else, it means that you're free to basically shoot whoever. But overall, that is mainly the thing about this tank. Just drive around, be mobile, use that mobility to relocate, and try to avoid being primary target, because you don't have the HP to basically be your primary target and survive that. So right now, he is very low health, so he is the one that I need to take out first, because that will only leave one gun here, and I do get another one in, and then I just have to use the corpse to try and survive for as long as I can, because this is basically the situation you don't really want to be in, because as long as you're on a clip reload you can't really do much of anything. But now I'm almost reloaded and I can just go for it and just murder him, and he is still shooting, but he's dead now, and my teammate is nearly dead as well, but still there. And the only reason that I'm staying right here at this stage to cap the base is because they have two bases. If we both had two bases, I would have just gone in, but in this case you just want to be sure that you are not going to lose on cap points. Especially after a game like the one before, but games like that just remind you how important it is to get the caps. Thing is, I love Supremacy though, because she can manipulate the game like the IS-5 did that game, and it's just lovely that you're not too dependent on the team, because with Supremacy I find that it is easier to just dominate the battlefield with the bases, and that means that you don't really need teammates for that. Now this guy here is letting me unload my clip into him. He is getting stuck against the rock, which actually helps. He does shoot me, but that's fine, I have plenty of health. So at this stage I want to ram him because I want to kill him, I want to kill. But in this case I can't seem to, and now I'm relatively low on health, so I actually just troll him. Funny thing is, he bounces on me. It's very hard to bounce on a Batchat AP. And then I kill him off. And that is the end of the match. And this is one of those games where I'm like, this is how you drive the Batchat AP. You can be a little bit forwards, but you mainly have to just be sneaky. So that is my advice on how to drive this tank. That is how I drive the tank and why I love the little monster so much. That is it for now. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be seeing you guys the next time again.